Hey everybody, it's Paul from UltimateFatBurner.com here. Today I want to talk a little bit about pre-workout supplements, specifically the new ultra-concentrated formulas versus the old, more traditional pre-workout supplements, and the benefits of one over the other. So to give you an idea about what I'm talking about, I've got some examples here. So an example of a more traditional pre-workout formula would be BSN's No-Xplode, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Extremely popular product. Jaspari's SuperPump 250, also very popular. Jaspari actually is discontinuing this and replacing it with SuperPump Max. Regardless, they're very similar products and would be a good example of your typical traditional pre-workout supplement. Examples of some of the concentrated formulas. I have here USP Labs Jack3d, also extremely popular product. Nutrex's HemoRage Black Ultra Concentrate, and Isatori's Power, which is what I'm using right now. Okay, so there's some examples of the new concentrated formulas and some examples of the more traditional formulas. So what's the big difference of them, and what should you use if you want to try anything? Well, obviously, concentrated means smaller. So the big difference here is serving size. So here we have, on the right-hand side here, is the serving size for Isatori's Power, which is 4.8 grams. So Jack is a slightly smaller serving size at just over 4, and HemoRage is a little bit more, but this will give you a bit of an idea. There's 4.8 grams. Here's SuperPump, 20 grams. So we have 5 grams here, 20 grams here, 4 times larger serving size, okay? Now, if you've been using products like No-Xplode and SuperPump for a while, chances are you're using a couple of scoops. So you might be taking 40 grams, even 60 grams of product prior to workout. Now, you're mixing it up in water. You got to mix it up in quite a bit of water to get it to mix, and you're drinking a ton of water with this stuff. And quite frankly, it's not uncommon to feel bloated, a bit gross. If you're doing deadlifts and squats and they're brutal, you might even feel like you're going to puke. That's pretty common. So big serving size. So what's the other difference? Is it the ingredients? Well, for the most part, the ingredients in both the products are very similar. Obviously, these are a little more convoluted because they can be. The serving size is bigger. But the major difference is in the stimulant side of these things. No-Xplode and SuperPump and sort of the traditional pre-workout supplements, if you want to call them that, use mostly caffeine. Jack, HemoRage, Power use a combination of caffeine and a stimulant called DMMA, or 1-dimethylamylamine, or geranium oil extract. You might see any one of those on the label. It's extremely potent stimulant. And you know, even if you've taken caffeine and ephedra for years, this stuff can take your head off. It really, it's pretty killer stuff. Anyhow, sort of an aside, DMMA is a slightly controversial supplement ingredient. So if you haven't tried this product and you would like to, you probably want to do it sooner than later, because it wouldn't surprise me if DMMA does become illegal at some point. It's already on the list of the world's anti-doping agency's list of banned substances, I believe. So this is one you want to think about. But that's the main difference. This stimulant element of these formulas tend to be way more potent and effective. And if you're looking for that in a stimulant or a pre-workout, if that's what your main desire to take a product like this is, then these are definitely a better idea. So cons. What's the cons of these? Well, because of the serving size, the sheer logistics of serving size, once again, 4 or 5 grams, most of the supporting muscle-building ingredients like creatine, beta-alanine, and so on can't be present in an optimal dosage. And that basically means there's just not going to be enough of it in there to have much of an effect. So beta-alanine, clinical studies on beta-alanine show between 4 to 6 grams of beta-alanine daily to have a good effect. Basically, when one serving size is less than 5 grams, there's no way you can have 5 grams of beta-alanine in here. It's just simple logistics. Now, with Jack, they do suggest that you can take 2, even 3 scoops, and if you can tolerate the stimulants at that level, chances are that some of the supporting ingredients, creatine, beta-alanine, and so on, may be present at a close to optimal rate. But again, we can't tell because there's a proprietary label on this. We don't know exactly how much beta-alanine is in here, how much arginine, how much creatine, and so on. I know for a fact that when I use supplements like this, I get a pump. No doubt about it. When I use supplements like this, no pump. Now, it's just, for me, it's anecdotal. It doesn't mean anything, but it just gives me an idea that it confirms what I know to be true. There's just not enough of these supporting ingredients, including arginine. So, supporting ingredients, not likely to be included at an optimal dosage. Same time, serving size small. You basically, this stuff to mix into a little bit of water goes down really easily. Don't have to worry about it coming back on you or anything like that. You don't feel bloated and gross. Tastes fine, and again, because you're only, you put that much water in a glass and you've got it mixed and it's down. So that sort of gives you an idea of the pros and cons of the concentrated formulas. So if you look back at the standard pre-workouts, are there any pros and cons? Well, obviously the cons is that the serving size is much larger. You got to drink a lot of stuff. You might feel bloated and gross and so on. On the plus side, because the serving size is so much larger, especially if you're taking a couple of scoops, supporting ingredients might very well be present at an optimal dose. And again, we can't ever really be sure because it's a proprietary blend. So they don't tell us exactly how much of each ingredient is in there. But if there's 40 grams of No-Xplode in a serving, there's a greater likelihood that there's 5 grams of beta-alanine in here than there is in this. So that's just the way it works. So pros, likely to be closer to being doses that are helpful. Cons, serving size is, obviously huge. You got to drink a lot of water. No DMMA, so you're not getting the really good focus and concentrate you get from these products. So what a lot of people do, I said right now, these products are selling way better than these old ones. The Jack is extremely popular. What guys will do, if they feel like they're missing an element of a formula, is they'll buy individual ingredients and add them in. For example, All-Max's beta-alanine. You could buy it if you want, and chuck 5 grams in with this, or just take it, throw it in your shake once a day. That'll work. Same with creatine. Creatine needs to be taken in multi-gram doses to be effective. Not likely to be present here. It's cheap enough. Buy a good quality German source creatine like Creapure. All-Max makes a good one. Anyone will do. Take it once a day, chuck it in your stack, whatever, right? So that'll work. So that'll give you a bit of an idea of where to start from, picking and choosing which one to use. Of course, you'll be able to log in into UltimateFatBurner and go to search supplement reviews, click all reviews, and you'll be able to see all the reviews in bodybuilding, and then you can check out the reviews and see, learn a little more about each product. What do I use? Now I'm using Power. I've used all these over the course of the last bunch of years, and quite frankly, I'm tired of swilling back gallons of stuff. And for me, I'd rather have the mental focus and just a bit of energy at the end of the day to go and work out than having to swill down a ton of stuff and have optimal doses or possible optimal doses of arginine, beta-alanine, and creatine, which I can add into my day normally, and that's what I normally do. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea and cleared up some of the confusion around pre-workout supplements. And optimally, enjoy the site. Hopefully spend some time, read a little bit about each of the products, and hopefully help you make your decision. All right, cheers.